Are you ready? Are you ready for the Sundae Fantastique Show? Starring Sundae Fantastique. That's me. First we have Joshua Elliot. He's gonna sing a bit about physics today.
Beep, 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 ba, ba, boop, beep, ba, ba. Ba, ba,
Next we have Katie Mullins. She's gonna sing for us today. First we have Carter Matt and Morgan. It's Carter and the Weird Crews. And that's what makes the Sunday Fantastique. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the Sunday Fantastique Show?
Do you feel uncomfortable with your sidewalk experience?
Yeah, it's tough. I have trouble walking down the street. I just keep running into people. It's awkward.
Do you feel like you have like a loss of control or what? Like what's the deal?
I almost pooped my pants 4 times yesterday while I was walking. Total loss of control. I just feel so helpless. I don't know what to do. Walk to the right.
When you're feeling kinda nervous and you don't know where to go, when the sidewalk's full of people and you think you might go slow, when you see a pretty window all filled with toys and lights, why don't you take your able body and shuffle over to the right, walk to the right, walk to the right,
walk to the right.
don't be a blight, walk to the right. Don't be a blight. Walk to the right.
Walk to the right.
Don't be a blight. Walk to the right. Got a sidewalk full of people. Yeah, it ain't punk to follow rules, but how punk is it really? Being trapped in a crowd of fools. If we're gonna get to point B, we gotta thin this herd. So boogie that able body. Stop being a turd, walk to the right. Don't be a blight. Walk to the right. Walk to the right. Don't be a blight. Walk to the right. Don't be a blight. Walk to the right.
I'd like to welcome Joshua Elliot to the Sundae Fantastique Show.
Thank you for having me, Sunday.
Joshua, it is a pleasure as always. Joshua and I go way back, like way back. Joshua has a PhD in theoretical particle physics from McGill, the Harvard of the North. He did a postdoc in environmental economics at the University of Chicago, and now he studies food security and climate change. I've been feeling kind of, ever since I hit the big screen, the big little screen.
Yeah.
I feel kind of like I'm really, really important.
Oh.
And I'm a little worried that my ego is getting out of hand with my celebrity. Could you please maybe give me a little perspective in life?
When I'm feeling, a little too full of myself, I like to think about sort of, put myself in the context of the, 14 or so billion year history of the universe. Well, how about this? Close your eyes for me, Sunday. Close them. I can't, with those eyelashes, I can't actually tell if they're closed or not. But let's take a little mind trip, shall we? Back 13.7 billion years ago. Back to the very, very beginning of the universe, just 1/100th of a second after the Big Bang, when the entire universe was just a tiny, tiny little ball exploding outwards really, really quickly, you know? And it expanded and it started to cool, and I mean, it was literally, we actually don't even know how hot it was, because we just can't even, like, conceive of, like, temperatures that high, but it was really hot. Be careful, don't burn yourself, it's warm in here. So as the universe started to expand out, it's about 300,000 or so years after the Big Bang, it had finally cooled enough so that like the protons and the electrons could form together into hydrogen. And that's really important because protons and electrons are like, they're dark. Photons can't like pass through them, they just bounce around back and forth. So for the first 300,000 years of the universe, the photons were just trapped in there. And then all of a sudden, at this one epoch that they call the decoupling, all of a sudden the electrons and protons form together into hydrogen, and hydrogen is completely electrically neutral and thus clear to photons. And so all of a sudden all the photons in the universe just went and all started going out without like bumping into anything and flying off in every direction. And that's what we call now the cosmic microwave background radiation, which we can still measure actually with telescopes and stuff, and we can actually see the beginning of the universe.
Can I open my eyes yet?
Not yet, Sundae. When that happened, though, it wasn't just a pure uniform sort of plasma when those photons escaped. There were tiny little fluctuations in the density caused by quantum fluctuations in the Big Bang itself. And those tiny little like quantum fluctuations in like the density of like the dark matter and the particles and everything, those ended up forming into basically the galaxies and clusters and everything that we see today. Just those tiny quantum fluctuations in the original like primordial plasma that was the universe. So first, as the universe kept expanding, those tiny little fluctuations eventually turned into giant hydrogen clouds, and those hydrogen clouds collapsed under the force of their own gravity and formed the original like protostars, which were these giant stars. In fact, they were probably quasars. And those quasars eventually either collapsed into black holes and then formed the nucleuses of like giant super galaxies, or some of them exploded in crazy awesome supernovas and shot out all the heavy elements that we now have in the universe today, the heavy elements that make up your sparkly dress. Those first protostars turned into the proto-galaxies, and it all just started going on and on and on. Until finally we started to get rocky masses orbiting around stars, and then those rocky masses started to develop atmospheres, and then life started to develop on some of those rocky masses, probably a whole lot of them, although like we won't get into that. And then on this one little rock that we call Earth, that life evolved into what some people argue is an intelligent, semi-intelligent, mostly intelligent form of life. And then they developed, political structures and politics, and then they, fucked up everything.
I feel like you might be fast forwarding a little bit at the end there, but
It's a short show. I mean,
this is the first interview I've ever done with my eyes closed.
you can open your eyes now. You can open your eyes now. That was the.
Wow.
I think human beings will find a way. I don't think we've seen the last of this rock we call Earth.
Rock we call Earth, it's a blessing and a curse. Spinning through space at an unimaginable pace. Lava on the inside, humans on the face. Politics and assholes ruining this place. Think we're at the center of all of time and space. We're just a speck of dust, a piece of universal waste. Exploration from miserableness. Understand the universe, never be depressed. Carl Sagan, Richard Feynman, Albert Einstein. Ask them if they're worried about Trump. Hot
Hola, señor. ¿Cuál es su nombre?
Rogelio Martínez.
Joe Peterson.
Lauren?
My name is Fidel Hernandez.
How long have you lived here?
Well, I live here like 37 years.
I moved to Bushwick in 2008.
09, 17, 8 years plus.
30 años.
30 years. He's been living in Bushwick for 30 years, folks.
Have you noticed much change over the time you lived here?
Nope. Yeah, a little bit.
Bueno, yo estos años he vivido feliz, tranquilo. Ha cambiado muchas cosas aquí en esta vida en Brooklyn, Nueva York. Ha sido mucho diferente. Ya nada es igual como 30 años atrás, y ahora ya es mucho mejor. Y ya no es como antes. Antes era mucho problema, mucho robo, mucho problema, drogas. Y eso era un problema grande. Ahora ya, mira, si ves, ya todo está bonito, ya está cambiando la situación, ¿me entiendes? Y ahora ya pienso que Brooklyn ya está subiendo, superándose más cada día. Ya uno puede estar más libre, estar viniendo en los parques de aquí, ya siento uno más seguro, ¿me entiendes?
Sí, más seguro.
Más seguro.
I don't really like the Morgan area anymore. Maybe I've changed, but it's kind of expensive and a lot more crowded, and I feel like the things that were really exciting about it, like the open studios and stuff like that, have kind of stopped, or they're not as organized anymore.
Well, before it's a little bad because everything is a little mess. People started looking for fight all the time, and well, it's working very hard and very good everywhere, and that's why the neighborhood needs to be better.
Sobre ¿qué usted piensa sobre los precios subiendo para arrendar un departamento y los restaurantes y todo? ¿Qué piensa sobre eso usted?
Bueno, en sí, los apartments era un problema porque los apartamentos era, por decir, todo incómodo, todo viejo, todo jodido y pagando mucho.
Ah, ok.
Y ahora tú vas a pagar
un poco más,
pero vas a vivir limpio
y bien
y cómodo, ¿me entiendes? Entonces vale la pena.
Eso.
I mean, yeah, that makes tons of sense. And, I mean, it's expensive, but if I live here, obviously, I can afford it to some extent. So, yeah, if you're paying for safety and comfort, then it's not the worst thing.
Yeah. Oh, we're fucked. I don't know. My place is rent stabilized, but everything's gonna get worse. And I'll still be here. We're gonna die in that apartment. It'll be great.
What's your favorite part about living in Bushwick?
I guess the fact that I have a lot of friends who are around here. Even Bushwick spanning through the Ridgewood area seems like there's a lot of community stuff going on, art, music, as well as kind of cultural.
Yeah.
I like to see you guys, so I like very much this neighbor. I'm here for a long time, for many years also. I like it to be better at this neighbor because this neighbor is very important to take care of, and then I like it.
Mucha gente bonita por aquí anda, se sienta, come, convive.
The convenience? I work and live in the same neighborhood, so I don't have to leave much. Went to the city today. It was fucked up. You don't want to go there. It's terrible.
Finally, is there anything you'd like to share with our lovely audience in general?
Read comic books, drink whiskey, have a good life.
Pero eso no se cambia, ¿no es cierto?
La bulla nunca se va. Pero la bulla es buena, la bulla es el ambiente, esa es la vida.
Es el ambiente, es el sabor del barrio, ¿no es cierto?
El sabor, porque si no hay bulla no hay ambiente tampoco. Tiene que haber bulla, gusto y alegría alrededor del barrio, del parque, y va a ser siempre bien lindo así la bulla. Pero que todos respeten, hay que respetarnos y ser todos alegres y vivir la vida que Dios nos da todos los días, ¿no?
Eso, muchas gracias, señor.
Hi, I'd like to welcome Katie Mullins to the Sundae Fantastique Show. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Sundae. Thanks.
Thank you. I just said that, but still, thank you. Katie is a singer-songwriter based in Brooklyn. We go back some years. And I brought her in today because she's always been a hopelessly cheerful person. And I've been a little freaking low lately. So I want to know what Katie does to get through the days.
That's such a great question. I guess I come across as hopelessly cheerful, but I'm not always. Yeah.
Lies. I don't believe you.
It's not a lie. Yeah.
So what are you doing when you are actually cheerful?
Oh, when I'm actually cheerful, I actually make music with kids, and that requires a lot of cheerfulness. And then I go home and I write really sad songs it's like, nurses who smoke. I have to go home and curse with my friends and write sad songs about my dark thoughts. Yeah.
And how are you in this day and age maintaining your mental health?
Great question. I go to therapy. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of that. Love that. I started group therapy. It's amazing.
I've done that before.
Oh, it's so great.
I liked it because I felt really superior to everybody in the group.
Yeah, I love that I'm saying this on TV. Hi, Mom. Anyway, she knows. Yeah, I do that. And I got really depressed actually in the fall. Mm-hmm. I turned 39. Hi, world. And that was really sad for me because it means that then I'm going to turn 40. I started reading a book called A Manifesto Against Ageism by Ashton Applewhite. She's really cool, and the book is really great. And it, I feel like I'm in my prime in so many ways. And so it feels like a bummer to feel like the world is telling me I'm not. And I found that book really helpful. That really helped.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you told me earlier you'd been doing some meditating.
That's true. Yeah. A few years ago, I signed up for a course. It's called Vipassana. It's a donation-based course. It's this guy Goenka started it. So just Google Vipassana and Goenka, Goenke.
Okay, I will.
Anybody can go and pay whatever they can.
Awesome.
It's pretty great.
And you recommend it?
I really recommend it. It's really, really, really intense. You can't talk. You can only sit. You can really only sit for 10 hours a day for 10 days.
I'm not very good at that.
It's insane.
But maybe I'll give it a whirl. So thank you for stopping by.
My pleasure.
I'm looking forward to seeing your performance. You always warm my heart. So thank you very much for coming on here.
I may chill it this time. I don't know.
Ooh, cool.
So there's a little anger in this song. Maybe not. I don't know. A little angst. More angst than anger.
I haven't seen a lot of angst from you in the past. You've sort of brought me peace. So
I don't wear dresses like this.
It's kind of off-brand, but you know what? I'm into it.
It's a little off-brand. It's true.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. I tried to catch a fish with a rock. You mentioned the benefits of bait and a hook. My roaring heart knows no pacing. You saw a girl with a long scarf round her neck, but when you turned around you saw it was a snake. Your stoic heart could compliment mine. gave you a riot. Maybe I wanted an ally. And you stayed there sitting quiet. Cannot yet embrace it.
And that's our show. Thank you.